Hello there, my name's Card. I'm a long-time progressive community organiser and activist. And today, I just want to briefly talk about a reactionary dog whistle that's been around for a few years now, as well as what it really means, who's using it, and why. For those who might not know, in politics, a dog whistle is a word, a phrase, or a symbol which seems perfectly innocent and innocuous to most people, but which really communicates a more sinister hidden message to those in the know. Additionally, there'll also be a playlist of videos of mine linked at the top of the description, which goes into detail about all sorts of reactionary dog whistles and how to spot them. Today specifically, I wanted to talk about the words gem and gemerald, what they mean, and how they've become part of the contemporary reactionary lexicon, particularly in online spaces. In short, anonymous image board websites like 4chan and the Soy Jack Party are home to a lot of far right-wing people who use something of an ever-evolving canon of esoteric memes to communicate. Usually, people like that largely just congregate on the designated political sections of websites like those, where they talk amongst themselves and share resources, and sometimes make plans for things to do offline. Theoretically, it would be easy for an outsider to observe these particular areas of these image board websites and be able to suss out what people are doing there and even infiltrate the online communities which start off as a collection of image board posters. But in order to prevent this from easily happening, regular posters on the political sections of these websites will co-opt the obtuse lingo and memes of other parts of the site in order to make it that much more difficult for someone unfamiliar with these terms to follow along with anything that's being said there. Additionally, by doing this, online alt-writers will be able to recognize one another on the rest of the internet by referencing these terms and jokes. And if they're ever called out for openly referencing a reactionary image board term or meme, because these terms don't often appear to be openly offensive, they've got a bit of undue plausible deniability to try and wiggle out of any accusation. To that end, one particular term reactionary image board regulars will use to communicate amongst themselves and locate one another on other websites is to refer to content posted online as being a gem or a gemerald or being gemmy. Among a lot of image board users, especially those from the aforementioned Soy Jack Party in particular, gem or gemerald is a sort of semi-ironic catch-all term for really anything at all which they think looks cool. If you happen to see people online using this term, or a term you can readily tell is derived from it, like gemmy, it's plainly something they've picked up from being in some pretty noxious places online, and they're likely referencing it in the hopes that someone with views similar to them will notice it and pick up on the fact that they're familiar with alt-right terminology, and therefore at least likely sympathetic to alt-right views. Now granted, gem is sometimes used genuinely or innocently, and it might even have some purchase as a term used online nowadays by people who might not be familiar with all its associations or its origin. But it well could be a red flag, and for the sake of keeping your spaces and communities safe, it never hurts to be able to spot these sorts of things, so you can maybe suss out a person or what they're posting from an informed position. That's all I have to say today. I hope it helps. Once again, my name's Card. If you want to hear more from me, especially more about emerging or obscure reactionary dog whistles and how to spot them, feel free to subscribe to this YouTube page, or just take a look at my other videos. Either way, goodbye for now, and stay safe out there.